Namaste and welcome everyone. This is RoshaniShenazz and I ask you to join in today for our Wellbeing Wisdom series, Serene Sunday, with my dear friend, Manasi Joshi Roy, with her very gorgeous and enterprising daughter, Kiara Bose Roy. You know, the most amazing friends are, in this entire series are the ones who belonged to my dream world of media and films. But the beauty of these relationships is that divinity reconnected most of them in the, in the most improbable or some even bizarre ways in the second innings of my life. And Mansi is one such. So please share your love and blessings and hearts and comments for welcoming Mansi with her lovely, gorgeous daughter, Kiara. Welcome, Mansi and Kiara.
Hi, Roshni. Thank you so much. We are looking forward to this chat with you.
Yes, so am I. It is truly joyful to see youngsters, our youth. In fact, the other day on the UN Cultural Day UN Day for the Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development, my part to speak on the panel was specially regarding the youth and how the youth can be propellers of unity in diversity and of various such aspects that we want to drive home to make a beautiful world. You've also been a part at the Peace Garden. I remember when the Unity in Diversity launch was there in 2016. So yes, we have some beautiful, events that we have shared. The most important one being my gift from Baba as my name Roshni. And I remember our first bus trip that I took to Mehrabad, and you were there as Baba would want it, possibly, and sitting there with Bhauji and me getting this, that I have to get a name today. I didn't know what it meant to get a name. And it was such a blissful feeling to just think of those few people who were there in the room who meant so much to me in my life, and with them being blessed with my name. So thank you so much for being there on these important milestones of my life.
You have actually created a milestone for me by taking me to Meher Baba for the first time.
That's so sweet. He does it all, and his ways he knows. I feel always the best. And yes, of course, another milestone that you've been there for the launch of the book Angels Speak as well with me. So amazing. Thank you so much, Divinity. And here we are on another beautiful milestone of this first ever Wellbeing Wisdom series that we just started on the Mother's Day, 10th of May. And actually speaking, all the 3 Sundays for Serene Sundays, I've been having the M with me. So it started with Meghna, then there was Megha, and now it is Mansi. Wow. Jai Meher Baba.
Yes.
So, Mansi, to begin this beautiful Serene Sunday, let me ask you, talking about bonds and relationships, what is it that you have been doing or feel needs to be done in life to keep these bonds, for longevity, for sustainability, for the harmony of our relationships? What have you been doing? What are the ingredients you think people can utilize in their lives to keep, strong bonds in their lives?
Okay, that's an interesting question. I think what it would be, number one, is to have gratitude for everybody who's in your life. That gratitude strengthens the bond, I feel, because it makes me grateful for that person's presence in my life. In turn, I treat that person with the love that they should be treated with. And this should be extended not just to your loved ones, family members. I feel it's something I kind of express towards everybody. Whoever it is that I meet every day, whether it's a vegetable vendor or my grocery guy who has really sustained and helped me during this lockdown time. So I'm saying gratitude helps, gratitude for everything.
Anything more? Or what has been your special recipe to have such amazing friendships and relationships in life?
I think the most important thing to sustain a friendship or a relationship is that you nurture it, you give it equal time and importance, and be there for them when it counts. You know, it's very easy to be there in good times, but if you're there with somebody in their bad times, I feel it's far more important than to be with them. Just, like, don't just be a fair weather friend. And honesty. Your friends should know that you're one person who's going to give them an honest opinion, whether it's their cooking or their outlook on life or their choices or whatever it is. So you have to be honest, and I think that works. At least for me, that's worked. Sometimes Kiara tells me, Mama,
Too honest.
she scolds me when I come back and tell her, I said this to my friend. She's like, you actually said that? She gets mad at me. So yeah, but I do.
But then they appreciate you for that.
I hope so. I hope so. If they're still my friends, then that means it's okay.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Yes, it is so important to, have this beautiful bond of transparency. And I think it is important and critical or imperative for all relationships and not just for friendship. I think it is the beautiful bond of honesty that you both share that is so crystal clear, from your demeanor, from the way you both are gorgeously sitting with each other in this wonderful, room. And it's a great feeling, when we have people on the same wavelength. So, what is it that, helps you to be more forthcoming, more open to other people's views? We have diverse people in our lives, and so many times we can't digest when somebody's not on our wavelength. How do you handle it, Mansi, with the people you meet in our industry, especially with, complete, if in the world there are 10 species, in our industry there are 100 species. So
I don't know, Shenazz, but I've realized one thing. I try to be myself. I try to be the way I am. I try to treat everybody in the same manner. And I think that kind of works, very honestly. Like whenever I go to, say, my shooting set, I kind of just try to talk with everybody the way I'd talk to a friend, or, and I've kind of had great relationships because of that, Kiara? I've had good friendships with everybody, right from my makeup person to my spot person to my co-actors, directors, behind the scenes. I like people, and I like to communicate, chat with people and know about their lives and know everything about them. So I think the key is to be interested and involved in another person, and then that person gives you back that same sort of what shall I say, love or respect, and you have to love and respect people, and you'll get that back.
True, true. Right now, with this entire lockdown, which has been completely unforeseen, nobody could know what's coming ahead, kind of a thing. What is it that you guys as a family do to maintain your sanity and your harmony? Because we've never stayed like this 24/7 with each other, we have all been busy with our things and sometimes rarely been seeing each other's faces, I'm sure, with the hectic work life. So how has it been? What are the things, some fun things that you all do, and things that people can do which can help them, lighten the atmosphere?
She's going to answer that one.
Well, I have one thing to say, which doesn't really answer your question, but I think everyone's right now thinking that all other families are doing fine and everyone's really sane. But I'm sure like every family is sort of going through different things.
True.
I think it's very important to accept that that's all right as well, because if you're cooped up in a house together, I think that's bound to happen, and it's okay that it's happening, because at the end of the day, y'all are all going to come back together and realize that you're really happy to be in the house together. And so I think that's one thing that we have to accept, that that's okay.
Yeah,
because everyone on social media is talking about how like the fun things they're doing at home, but I think it's also okay to just chill out at home or fight sometimes, and I think that should be addressed as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely, Kiara.
Yes.
Because because it's true, Shenazz, I can say, oh, we played games and we did this and we did that, which we did, but we also got irritated with each other, fought with each other and sulked a bit and came back.
True. Yeah. And that, the bigger part is to address these differences and be in acceptance of that, and the other day on one of the shows as well, we were talking about it, that it's absolutely okay to not be okay at times and to just leave and let go and, give it a breather, though it may not be okay to stay in there. So not to stay in the sulking and the whining or the cribbing, but it is good to let out the steam once in a while. As I always say that, there cannot be a factory without a chimney. Otherwise it'll blast.
Nice.
So we all need our individual let outs, and we all have our different coping strategies. And maybe, I feel there are times, as Kiara rightly said, that you must fight sometimes. There are some people, agar kuch galat nahi ho raha hai, that makes them uncomfortable. We've not fought for so long. I hear such bizarre things as well, kind of. So yes, each one, has the different things, and it's important to honor other people in their relationships. What I get from you, if I could phrase it in kind words, that it is important to accept and honor the differences of other people, so that we can agree to disagree without being disagreeable.
Yeah.
So that's a big one in my life as well. And I think it has helped a lot in, just accepting people with their differences, to know that nobody is right or wrong. Many a times we are just different. And just accepting that part is the beauty of so many relationships, I've found. So great, Kiara. That's quite some, sagacity from a lovely teenager. Great. So, Kiara, let me now shift focus to something that you have been doing. We find that sometimes it takes us 25 years, and it has taken 37 years to know what is a calling, and to know what we really want to do in life. At such a young age, you have been bursting with this idea of being a social entrepreneur. Not even just an enterprising businesswoman or something, but a social entrepreneur, which is even a rare kind of a thing. So how did it all start to begin this venture called the Little Free Library? So people, here is Kiara Bose Roy, who is this young budding social entrepreneur. I say social because it is a social cause attached to this entrepreneurship. And it is something that she thought of and kicked off, I think, about 4 or 5 years back. Right, Kiara?
5 years ago.
5 years ago, right? Yes. And she was younger, mind you. So you can imagine that at that little blossoming age, this tiny girl thought of the Little Free Library. So how did it all begin, Kiara?
So I was 12 and I was reading an Oprah Winfrey magazine, and there was an article, like a really small article about a little free library that had been started in the US. And I just loved the idea so much. If I can say a little bit about what the idea is, it's basically a small house kind of structure that you build, a birdhouse structure, which you fill with books and keep outside in your neighborhood on the street, so that you can have a book sharing system with your neighbors and anyone passing by that book. So anyone who comes can borrow a book, leave a book, and it's just sort of a free library system. And so when I read that article, I was really inspired by the concept, and I thought it was really cool. I loved reading, so it matched my interests as well. And I remember just running to Mama and saying that we should start this. And I think Mama had also...
I lost you. 1 second. I lost your voice.
Oh.
I lost your voice.
Yeah, we can't see you either.
Yes.
Are we back?
Yes, you're back.
Okay, where did I stop?
Okay, just begin. You ran to Mama.
Yeah, so I went to Mama and told her that I want to start this, and I think Mama had also read the article, and she also wholeheartedly supported me, of course, in that, and that's how it started.
Yeah.
And
So
Yeah.
5 years going
We've been
strong.
going
Kiara
strong.
put it we put it out
And
when she was
yeah,
12.
so we work by through donations. So we get donations from friends, family, strangers on social media who reach out to us and send us like boxes full of books, and we've luckily never run out of books for the library. We've always had people supporting it. And
Roshani has supported us
yes,
too.
thank you. And yeah, so we fill the library every day. We have lots of people coming and going, taking books. There are more books being taken every day, and we also have a very diverse group of people actually visiting us. We have a college down the road where a lot of college kids come every afternoon after school, and they pick up a lot of books. We also have a slum nearby where a lot of kids have been coming from the very beginning.
Wow.
And they have kept coming. They've started coming when we opened it, and we still see some of the same
So you
things.
have, sorry to interrupt. So you have Hindi and English, Marathi,
Yeah.
and mix of the books
Yeah,
to cater
so
to these
we have
little
everything.
slum kids
We
as
have,
well.
yeah, whatever donations we get, we sort of put it out. So adults books, kids books, any languages.
Great.
Yeah.
And you have this that you need to put a book to take a book. So do you find at times what is the ratio of somebody leaving a book? Because obviously these
Yeah.
poor kids may not have a book to put in. So that's why it is free for them to read. But the ones who are, well placed and blessed in life should place a book if they are taking one.
Yeah. So
Right?
there's no such rule. It's the Little Free Library has a saying that free books can't be stolen. So there's no such rule that you have to put a book back. It's just encouraged so that you can share your books with the neighborhood. And we have a lot of kids from the neighborhood, from the street down the road in the buildings coming. So they all tend to put a lot of their books back. We have these kids who come every weekend, take a book, and then the next weekend they come and put that back and take another one. So we have a lot of people who are actually giving back to the library. But when people don't, I don't necessarily consider it a bad thing, because the
Sure.
whole point of the library is to get these books to people and for people to read. So if they're reading, if they're taking that book and they're reading, then that's satisfying the cause of the library. So.
Beautiful, absolutely, absolutely. And it is just to encourage the fact of this putting in another book is just to, I feel, encourage the ones who can possibly, to give back, I feel, to the society, that you can afford to bring one book from home and put it there and take something that you like, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So everybody who can afford to, I feel, should donate more and work on it so that the other siblings of our, society can avail it at a much better choice options that they may have. And I feel that since you are saying that these slum kids very interestingly come there to read the books, all of us who we should, I think, on and off also donate regional books to the free library kind of a thing. Because if we are giving old books, most of us would be having English books, and
they actually enjoy reading the English books because that's not something they would usually buy or have access to. So seeing those English books, I think they actually do enjoy reading them because a lot of them go to school.
Great.
So it's actually a great way for them to have access to
True. And balance both, the ones who are not going to an English medium school also have something to look forward to at your little free library. Great. To start any business, any venture or anything, it's always such a difficult thing. We're trying to think of resources. Oh, मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता. अरे मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? I'm just an individual. I think this is a brilliant, case study for us to get away from all kind of mental encumbrances and see that what is that small difference that I can create. What do you think, Kiara, people can do if they want to start this little free library?
So I think it's really easy. If I was able to start it at 12, of course, with the support of my parents, I think it's really easy for anyone to do it. You need to have any sort of structure people have started, I've seen on the internet, with like a box, with a cardboard box, and they've started filling that with books. So any structure, filling it with books, telling just your neighbors about it, or using social media to get the message out, and just to share your books just start with your own books. You don't even need donations. So it's not that hard to start it. We started by putting our own books, or my cousin's books. So that's how you can start. And then obviously once you start something, it's bound to grow, and if you put enough effort and love into it. So I think really it's very easy to start, and anyone can do it and should do it.
Lovely, lovely. So are there any such more ingenious ideas to make the world a better place that Kiara has when she grows up more?
Well, for now, I'm sticking to the Little Free Library and just trying to make this grow even more and just sustain it. But
and she's spreading awareness
just trying
about
to spread
it by
awareness
talking
about
it
this.
to people.
Yeah, and I think now that I'm older, I can do more to spread awareness about it than when I was younger, and that's when Mama really comes in, because she helped so much to, like, when I wasn't allowed to use social media, I didn't know how to. That's when like Mama came into play, and she was helping with that aspect.
So when she was a kid, Rohit and me used to handle the Little Free Library page, the Twitter account. Now we have told her it's like that. Now she's going to take care of it. I mean, she has been, so it's now her.
That's great. That's great.
That time she was not allowed to.
Awesome. So, you are a mom of such an enterprising, restless energy kid also, who wants to do so much for the world and bring it out there and change things for the better. Share some discernment. What are the things, Manasi, that you feel parents can do to exercise this encouragement to their children and push them into the, kind of right direction, help them to blossom in the way that they should be blossoming?
Shenazz, I read somewhere a long time back that children see what you do. They don't hear what you say. So I think your own actions, your own behavior should be the benchmark for what you want them to be. So I firmly believe that, I just tell everybody, let your children see you do the right thing. If you do the wrong thing, they will not, they'll see that and then they'll do that. So it's best to just be who you want to be. Set an example by being yourself, that sort of a person. So, yeah, Kiara?
Yeah, I also think let kids choose their own path, or let them do what they want. Because a lot of times parents try to force what they believe in or what they think is the correct or good thing to do onto their children. But you need to let them find it for themselves.
And we've never stopped Kiara from doing anything unless it was physically dangerous to her. Like I wouldn't want when she was a kid, like my only thing was she can't put her finger in the socket, electrical socket. But otherwise, apart from that, I used to always say, why say no? So Rohit and me both, in fact, have had that thing that we would not ever stop her from, or we wouldn't say no, just to be this disciplinary parents, okay, nahi kar sakte ho. But kyun nahi? We'd think about it, we'd evaluate it. As long as there's no physical harm or to her, we've always let her do what she wants to do.
And I think that's made me less rebellious also, because that's also made our relationship more easy, because I know that anything I want to do, I can just ask Mama,
Beautiful.
I think not a lot of kids do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely. So this is a very, very important point, and this I have I address it many a times. I've seen it in my life as well, that over strictness, or when we say no, any kind of excess is an access. So over strictness and imbalance of anything, even if it is being a disciplinarian, is a wrong side of the coin kind of a approach. Because I feel this is a beautiful thing that Kiara said, that this aspect of you both as parents of evaluating things and not just for the sake of saying no has made her less rebellious. So which means I think it should drive home the point for parents who have rebellious children to kind of retrospect and see where have they crossed the lines of just trying to choke the
for the sake of discipline is not good.
Yeah, true, very true. That's so beautiful. So tell me, Mansi and Kiara, both of you, one by one, what is it that stirs your heart? What is it that inspires you in life? Or what is it that has inspired you in your life? Who has or what has, both combination?
Kiara, start.
You can't think.
Ma-
You can't think of an answer.
Give me some time to think.
What inspires me? I think there's not like one specific thing that inspires me, but just what keeps me going and what makes me put in effort into like anything I do in life is just that I know that I want to be better. So better at everything, whether it's at school or just being a better person. I think that's what inspires me to put in
Beautiful.
effort into everything. Yeah.
How lovely.
See,
How lovely.
she inspires me. Roshni, honestly, if there's anything that really makes me happy, is her. I call her my raison d'etre, the reason for my existence. So let me say that she is my inspiration, always. And
How beautiful.
Since she came into my life, she changed my life. Not just my life, Rohit's. Both of us always say she changed our lives completely. So yeah, she's my inspiration.
As we say, as it said that the child gives birth to a mother.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is so beautifully put out here to see that how kids can become an inspiration. And this should be an inspiration for all parents out there as well, that you take your kids in the sense of understanding that you have, got this ready-made upgraded version of Windows right in your lap. Yeah. And it is not the, obsolete version that you and I were. Right. And to treat it with that upgradation and to know that it will have the new software and the new ways of working, so that we are not trying to dabble with the old non-compatible software being thrusted into this new motherboard of sorts. So I think it's a great, thing to come out from this conversation, that each parent should do this with their children and see what is it that can inspire me from my child. And trust me, today's children's DNA is completely different, and not one wee bit, but there are nth number of things in their lives and our lives that they can teach us, in fact.
Absolutely.
Coming back to the role models part of it, Mansi, that you said earlier, that it is important that you display a certain aspect to your children so that they see you doing things. I always felt this, that when we say words, actions speak louder than words, it is important that for parents to know that children see actions. Yeah. They don't listen to words. So what are those few things that you feel as a parent were imperative for you to discuss, you and Rohit, that Rohit, this is what we should not be doing? Like when you thought of starting a family, or when Kiara was born, while growing up, it could be any time.
So our thing basically was when she was born and when we became parents, we one thing was there for sure. We both wanted to be better versions of ourselves. We wanted to, like Rohit always says, I want to make her proud of me. And for me, it was always that I want her to be, I wanted to be a good human being, I always say, and actually that's very all encompassing, because literally it is everything, all the virtues, you can say, or all the, so there should be honesty, there should be compassion, there should be kindness, and wisdom to know the difference between right and wrong. If a person knows that, and I think as a parent, that's all we can kind of hope to instill in our kids, and then they will take course. Nature will take its course somewhere, but more than nature, the nature versus nurture theory, which psychologists always talk about, which is what molds a child. Is it nature? Is it nurture? I think it's a combination of both, and it's very important that you give the right nurturing at home.
Very true, very true. So could there be any stark things that you could share which we should keep away from as parents and really not do. We all know, okay, what to do, aisa karo, vaisa karo. But there are some times, in our hectic life, we think it is right because we care or we are overprotective about our kids. But there would be something, if you retrospect in life and think, or you have seen other friends doing it to their kids, which you feel that no, ye nahi karna chahiye bachon ke saath. Any of those kind of things that you could share?
For me, it's when I see parents who are very strict with their kids sometimes because they feel they need to be strict or they want to be this parent, like एक होता है ना कि हमारे respect करो, हम तुमसे बड़े हैं, you are our child, those sort of things. I've seen that happen quite often. How can you talk to your mother like that? How can you talk to your father like that? Kiara is allowed to talk to us how she wants. I mean, we just expect her to. So I think definitely that's one thing parents shouldn't do. Just because you're the parent, that means you have the authority and the control. No. Your child is an individual who has his own mind and you should allow them to exercise it.
More than that, I think make your parents making you feel like you're equals.
Yeah, equal, definitely. Yeah. Don't treat the child like, you're younger than me, you don't know anything. I sometimes feel that there's so much we could learn from our kids. So basically a parent has to learn to treat their child, like Kiara said, equally, like as an equal rather.
Beautiful, beautiful. To give them, do you think, Kiara, it matters when parents give an onus of responsibility to the kid and kind of, that sharing of responsibility, that I trust what you're doing? Do you think that helps kids?
Yeah, I think for sure, because when your mom says that she's trusting you to do the right thing, then you, at least for me, I feel that I have to do, not break her trust. And so
I think that makes Kiara honest with me at most of the times. Or even if sometimes, I think there was one occasion when she didn't tell me something and then she came back.
And and I felt so bad about it that the next day I had to tell her. It was something so silly, like, because she used to get mad at me for not eating lunch in school. So I told her that I ate lunch one day. And I felt so bad just for telling her that I ate lunch when I hadn't, that I came and told her the next day I didn't eat lunch.
Wow.
So I think that is small things like that. Like, if you just have a very open and mutual trust between parents, I think
then the child feels responsible enough to do the right thing.
Yeah.
True. And I think that also gives birth to the child growing up to be a conscious human being who is aware of the discerning factors of life and the understanding, as you said, to choose the right from the wrong. And so many times, in my young days, when I would be told, isse tum baat nahi karna, kind of a thing, if at all, no, I don't think she's a good girl. I said, but in life, you are not going to be there all the time to tell me who's a good girl and who's the bad girl. So let me experience so that I know what are the traits of the bad girl, so that I know someday to make that decision in my head, that when I see these kind of traits, I know, okay, I have to be a little careful or retreat or something. So, I think these impositions that also parents have should be retracted, because I've seen a large damage to so many lives with the different kind of impositions in this thing of talking to people or mixing with people, or it could be impositions of different, varied things of not to do and to do. So, Mansi, do you feel that many of all our old, we did what we did because we didn't know better? I always feel bringing that thought to our minds brings a lot of compassion for our parents as well, because most of us in our generation have had several unhealed childhoods. Today, in the next rung of life that we are as parents, I think more awareness has grown of what not to do, as we were just talking, because we've seen the wrong happen. So how do you feel about bringing in this compassion about parents? Because there are many children who are unable to forgive their parents for something small or so many times big things as well. So what do you think could help them bring in a little compassion about the things that have happened in the childhood for them to look forward to a better tomorrow?
You know, Shanaz, it's very, very important. God. Okay, so let's hear this. I met you,
Good one. Good
Shanaz,
one.
right? And in fact, in front of me, you were given your name Roshni by Bhavji. But for some strange reason, I can't take that out of my mouth. I keep saying Shanaz again and again, but Roshni. Roshni? Now I should remember. So let me just tell you a little funny thing. Before, when I got married to Rohit, before that I had dated him for 7 years. And I used to call my mother-in-law auntie. Like, you know, you'd call any friend's mother auntie. After I got married to her, everybody told me, Are, you call your mother-in-law auntie still? I said, but that's her name, na? Like, I call her auntie because that's how I knew her. I can't suddenly start calling her mummy. Because for me, that's in my head. So for you also, the same thing's happening. I keep Shanaz, but yes, Roshni. Lovely name. So, you know, yeah, your parents, the connection with which we have with our parents is karmic. If you ask me, I always believe our connection with our parents is karmic. That we choose to be born to these parents. This is what I've read. I'm sure you would be able to throw better light on it, but that's what I have read. And I firmly believe that we need to heal those connections. So that in our next life, we do not carry that baggage forth with us, so that we have, you know, more, what shall I say, calmness in your life. So if you've ever had those sort of things with your parents, you must resolve it so that you can go on, move forth and heal and be better in your next life. Do not carry that drama and that baggage, emotional baggage for sure. And parents, if they've done something also to people who feel that, you know, your parents have wronged you, it's okay. They are parents, they gave birth to you. I think we can move on. We can forgive them and move on.
Beautiful. Lovely. Lovely. Is there anything in, you know, life, like sometimes, you know, we think lies I can't let go of, you know, if somebody has lied to me, I can't. Is there anything in your life that you've been unable to let go of?
No, nothing. I keep telling myself that it's possible to let everything go, because it doesn't matter. And in the end, it's not going to matter. What's eventually going to matter is you, your soul, and your connection with the universal one, whatever name you call him by. And as long as you have that, you're fine. You're going to be good.
Awesome. Beautiful. That's so beautiful. Yes. So tell me something about both of your hobbies. What are the and not just singing, dancing. Tell me some, you know, bizarre hobbies or bizarre things in your bucket list that you have, that this though in life I want to do, you know.
Yeah, I think we both love traveling a lot. So I have a lot of travel bucket lists. That's that's the only kind of bucket list I have, traveling bucket list.
True. Different places. She keeps checking out
I want to go
places.
cliff jumping.
Oh.
I want to go bungee jumping one day.
Yeah, which I could never do, I think.
But in fact, she and me are more adventurous.
You're more adventurous. You're definitely more adventurous.
And what about the third one who's not in the frame? Is he adventurous?
Not at all.
Not in the least.
Not at all.
He looks the strongest.
Yeah.
But he's the most non-adventurous person. So if Kiara and me are going on roller coasters, he sits outside, waits for us.
Oh, sweet.
We both want to go scuba diving.
Yeah, scuba diving is one thing we both want to learn.
Wow.
So yeah.
How beautiful.
And cooking.
Oh,
Kiara is learning how to bake.
I'm really bad at it.
I think baking takes the cake in the lockdown.
Yeah.
With the amount of bakers that are, you know, being born in this lockdown.
This one has a sweet tooth, so she's constantly wanting to learn.
Yeah, but I can't. I think I've given up. I don't think I'm one of those quarantine bakers because I can't do it.
I thought I will ask you to bake a cake for my birthday, Kiara.
You shouldn't.
How sweet. So, you know, as we move towards going ahead with our session, every day towards the end, before our chanting takes place, we have these angel soul guidance messages that we give out to our wonderful people who are watching on Facebook. And whoever the message resonates with, it is a divine message for them, for their life right now. So I would like to ask both of you to think of one number each between 1 to 365. No lucky number or no connection like that. Just whatever number pops up first in your heart and mind's eye. Give me that number one by one, and then I will read that day from the book Angels Speak for everyone out there who is watching the session. So, Mom, would you go first?
Okay, 27.
27. Okay. Let's see what date 27 tells us. We just spoke about how knowing our life calling or life purpose comes at a certain age. And here is a beautiful message. We angels know every aspect of your divine life purpose and can give you guidance and answers as required by your soul when you pray and ask. Once you do that, our work begins, and you have to be open to listen to us and move ahead with guided steps. You may have neglected your health due to the earthly rat race that you are constantly a part of. Look out for signs to take care of your divine health. Intently listen and adhere to the divine guidance gifted to you by God and all of divinity. Look after your health of your mind, body, and spirit. Be at your optimum best health at all times by doing your human actions and leave the rest to God.
Very nice.
Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful.
Because I think in this lockdown, we have realized so many things that we have neglected, primarily our health. I think that has been a majority of us who have completely sidelined our health. And health does not mean कि कुछ disease होनी चाहिए. You know, people think कि अरे मैं तो ठीक हूँ, मुझे तो कुछ नहीं है. But not getting, sleep, tossing in the bed, getting irritated very fast, or panicking, or getting anxiety very fast, all of this is a sign of an imbalance. So I think we all need to look into our lives and shift the course of our lives, and that is what is the learning of I think at least the privileged lot, let me put it as, all of us who are blessed with a life that is unlike our human siblings who are suffering a lot through this lockdown. We pray for them, and we pray for strength, compassion, and wisdom to the privileged who are in any authoritative space to do something for all those people, that may they be able to extend that help, compassion, and kindness to all such siblings of humanity during these times. And the rest of us should do what we need to do to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of others as well.
Absolutely.
Right? Because when we are redundant, I've seen that when I'm redundant, I was not wanted. Nobody needs you because you can't do a jack for anyone. So why would anybody want you and need you? So I think self-care, if at all you have this big hawa of mujhe dunya ke liye karna hai, mujhe family ke liye karna hai, I think you need to take care of yourself first, because if you are not well, you are going to be a baggage on somebody else. True. And have somebody else to look after you, So beautiful. Thank you for that number, Manasi, that divinity gave you. So Kiara, let's hear your number.
200.
200. Wow. Okay. All right. Another beautiful message. For day 200, the more you allow us angels to help you, the more you shall be able to help others. I can't believe this.
Wow.
And the more you open yourself to receive divine gifts, the more you will have to share it with others. Amazing. Welcome and accept the universal gifts and abundance with gratitude, and share your gifts with all involved. This is so incredibly beautiful, I think. Kiara, you've already been doing that. You've been sharing your talent, your gifts, your ideas to create something so sweet, out of life. And however simple or small it may seem, trust me, it is not. Because no deed and no action is small or big. It is just action. And the moment we do that right action with the right intention from our heart, divinity will see it through for sure. And that I have seen, being a living example for my life, that, you know, God has just shown that at every step, that how we can do our best and leave the rest. And that's exactly what you've done with your little journey up till now. So I'm so proud of you, and I'm sure that the heavens are proud of you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
That's such a lovely blessing for her. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we end our, move towards our beautiful collective chant. So everyone get ready for the chant. We chant every day for our collective vibrations to go out into the world for love, healing, protection, shielding, and wisdom for all of humanity, and the protection and healing that's required for all of creation as well, so that we can contribute our bit into this karmic situation that we all are going through, and to know that we all are in it together. As the other day on Rusbe Saab's episode, we mentioned that we all are in the same boat, but sitting in different places. Somebody's at the edge of the boat, somebody's in the middle of the boat, somebody's on the other edge of the boat. So wherever we are in it together, and we shall sail through with the grace of God. So get ready and calm yourselves. I'll start the music. Our today's chant is for praying with all the love for the prosperity, for financial and all kinds of abundance, that is much required, because many people, majority, are going through financial stress and, anxiety and panic during this situation. So may all the companies and all employers be abundant to pay their employees without any cuts, and, without any, shrinking of hands. And may everybody be helped in some way or the other from those who are abundant, who can reach out to people who are not, and maybe help them as well. So our today's chant is for the goddess of wealth and prosperity and goodness, which is a Lakshmi chant called Om Reem Shreem Lakshmi Bhayo Namaha. So we will chant for Meher Baba's name, Nam Jap. And today is also a very, very powerful day where an international Nam Jap of Baba is taking place, as today is the anniversary of Baba's first accident in Oklahoma, where he had shed blood on the Western soil through this accident, and remembering his universal work that happened through the accident. Internationally, everybody is choosing a half an hour Nam Jap from 3:30 India time to 10:30 p.m. India time. So here is what we contribute towards that Jap as well, collectively. So relax yourself, do some deep breathing, loosen up your body, and close your eyes. If there is any stiffness, move your body, move your neck, your shoulders, and just calm down. Put your hearts, put your likes, put your yes as you're ready to chant. Do some deep breathing and take your focus or intention to the center of your chest area, to your heart center, your heart chakra. It is a very poignant space to center and align yourself by taking the focus there. It's easier to start focusing on your breath when you focus on your heart center. And as you relax your entire body, allow any kind of external thoughts to slowly move away, as if it's going away from you. And you bring your focus inwards to the chant that we shall begin. We begin with the Nam Jap 28 times. Meher Baba, 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 Meher Baba. Take a deep breath, and we shall now do the chant 9 times. Lakshmi Bhayo Namaha. 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 Take 3 deep breaths and release. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. At the count of 10, very slowly open your eyes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So just as we were about to begin the chant, I was guided to only use the name Lakshmi Bhayo Namaha without the other part of the chant. And therefore, it was prayed and chanted with only Om Lakshmi Bhayo Namaha. And that is the beauty of divinity, and I think surrendering. That our, life is not to question why, but to do and die. And that is the beauty of the surrenderance that we can offer to God, to the divine force, to the supreme power. That every time we may not know what is the reason, we may not be ready to know the reason, but for sure, there will be a reason for everything that comes in our lives, that we experience in our lives, that we exchange in our lives. And it is for us to honor that exchange. It is for us to accept and embrace that exchange that divinity guides us to move towards, so that we can, as Kiara beautifully said, and I loved that conscious word of becoming better and better. She did not say, I want to be the best in this or that. And that is the real part of life. Because technically, trying to be the best is capping our limitless potential. But being better each day is to be limitless, because you don't know what that better is the next day. And I think that's what we should strive. So it is a beautiful takeaway, Kiara, from this session for me that I would love to give. And all of you out there, please put in the comments, share your love, share your hearts for this, amazing teenage, wisdom basket that we have with us. And right, what was your take home from all that was shared and discussed today in our session with Manasi Joshi Roy and her beautiful daughter Kiara Bose Roy? And share what you experienced during the chant or any other insight through the message that was given to you, if it resonates with you. And through all of us and all our love and gratitude, Mansi, I'd like to thank you once again for being there with this gorgeous princess, and all of us to have a wonderful Sunday with you. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable family time with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you, Roshni. It was a beautiful, serene Sunday, definitely with you.
Thank you so much. Lots of love to you, and see you soon after the lockdown.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. So this was our super awesome mother-daughter duo. And I hope you enjoyed listening to this amazing kid, and obviously with all the, beautiful, heartful sharing that Mansi did with, I think, these pointers for conscious parenting. And even if you are a parent today of a child person who is 30 years old or 20-year-old, I think you still are parents. And as we say, that parents will be parents even when you are 80 and when you are 100. So if you can bring in any of these points, and if you think you need to create some shift in your bond and relationship with your children, or you as a child with your parent, then please do so. Know that there is only today and this moment of now. There may be no tomorrow, as harsh as it may sound. To say that sorry, to say that I love you, to say that I forgive you. So please go ahead and do that with your parents, with your children, and let bygones be bygones. Forgive and forget, and start a new second innings of your life with more joy, more harmony, more love. And allow the grace of God to give you that power, that strength, that immunity, that resilience to move forward and release all of this baggage to be transmuted into the love and light of God. So I pray that may each one of you be able to do that, and resonate and implement these few insights from our heart to yours. So thank you once again. And tomorrow we kick off my birthday week, and also the last week for the 21 days of our well-being wisdom series with these incredible souls from my life. And tomorrow I kick off my birthday eve with my very, very close and really, really dearly loved friend Parizad Zorabian, who is going to share some amazing insights and anecdotes of her life so that we all may take up a leaf or a straw and put it into our lives to make it better. So be with me tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. and Parizad Zorabian for a fantastic, meaningful Monday as we move ahead for our series. So very big Jai Baba to you all. Namaste once again. Stay safe, loved and protected in love and light and super duper. Godspeed. Love you all. Mwah. Big hugs to all of you. And please do what I've said. Sorry, I love you, forgive you, and please forgive me. Thank you. And just make your life filled with that. Thank you once again. Jai Baba.